right, it's September 22nd, 2021. I'm just got up and was over here looking at this. Something I've never seen before. Well, first of all, it says race for governor, and it says Murphy. This is the state of New Jersey, and then Citarelli. I do not know Murphy or Citarelli. However, on here, when I press play, it says a gubernatorial race. I've never even heard them mention that before in public. I have no idea what that means.
Some encouraging poll results for New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, who's up for re-election this November. According to a new Monmouth University poll of registered voters, Governor Murphy has a 13-point lead over his Republican challenger, Jack Citarelli. The race has tightened slightly, with Murphy's lead shrinking by 3%.
That said Mammoth University poll. Now here's a question. I registered to vote when I put my driver's license in. And I register every 4 years. I mean, I go in every 4 years to vote for a president, but what happens in between 4 years? Like, is there more voting that goes on? This is like the really scary part, like the really like confusing part of who's conducting polls. How do you make sure that they're doing it properly? And where do you report it if they're not asking you and you don't know that you should be asked some stuff?
Eyewitness News will host a live debate with New Jersey's gubernatorial candidates on Tuesday. Our Sade Butter-en-Noir and Jim Gardner from our sister station,
I don't hear a definition.
will host the hour-long debate at the Newark Performing Arts Center. You can watch it Tuesday at 7 p.m. right here on Channel 7.
Well, the New York City's marathon's historic comeback. We've detailed.
In Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361, the County of Queens, attached to New York City, part of their responsibility, have never heard of gubernatorial anything. And watch this one, ready? Alexa, what is gubernatorial?
Here's something I found on the web. According to fandom.com, Goober is a member of the Ghost Chasers.
Alexa, what is gubernatorial?
The adjective gubernatorial is usually defined as of or relating to a state governor or the office of state governor.
My question is, at what point do children learn these things? Because I've raised 3 kids through school, and I went to school myself. And not one of the elementary schools, middle schools, or high school did they learn gubernatorial, or even, it's not a household vocabulary word. No, I mean, like, I understand the G, and then the word uber means above all else, and notorial being of notorious stature. The thing is that it doesn't actually exist in this reality. In century 19, decade 7 plus 8 years, leading into this particular century 20 plus 2 decades plus 1 year. I'm sure that it existed in part of the city's social pathway. It just never reached the County of Queens on the North Shore in the NYPD precinct of 111. And for FDNY, it would be, I think they're just a number 306, maybe? I don't even know how that works, because nobody even defined the local. And here's the other thing, on Sunday morning, they did something about Mayberry, something like that, where it was like the societal norm that was supposed to be built in this like theoretical United States of America, where there was a town hall and there was some form of civic community center where everything So you didn't have to go into an established bar for information, or I mean, but yet my town in Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, was not built, designed, or set up properly for any kind of larger city fortification. In fact, it was built kind of poorly in municipality standards. I mean, principality should know about it. I don't know why municipality is having such a hard time actually communicating and putting forth what needs to be done to have like a established society where the mob is not running things and you don't have this like disgusting form of like drug driven behavior by needles and by pill popping and magical whatever. I mean, like nowadays it's like wine, cheese, and Valium, or wine, cheese, and opiates of some sort. And like that's just how everybody gets through numbing themselves to this disgusting version of human. It doesn't sound like a society that was set up to succeed, I'm just saying. Where are the people in charge? And what are they doing for like my children's age? It's clear as day they messed the machine up for my appearance. But it's not sustainable. So I don't know how this is working. Star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. It's September 22nd, 2021. Like my grandfather, like he was here and like he had a phone, a corded phone with the rotary dial, and he had some numbers via servicemen that he still had access to, and that's what he paid for. But that's how he kept in touch. But Lewis, totally out of touch, except whatever my grandfather was able to establish, which doesn't, in hindsight, looking back, where I'm standing now, it doesn't look like anything was put into place. Nothing that was safe in the sense of like it was built into a dead end. And looking around at what they've provided themselves with, being all of this breaking of the human species, society, and each other, just like they could have like these one-time careers. I mean, like, it's really disgusting. Women, all about them. Then you get the Me Too movement. I mean, I hear these things and I cringe. I'm like, like you wasted all this time on yourselves for what? Some Valium, some opioids, and some wine, and to like go to places you really don't want to go, to see people you really don't give a shit about. Great, that's what New York looks like. Star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza.